In this lecture, we're going to learn about frequency tables. Let's get started. Frequency is something that we're going to do a lot with. The frequency of a category is the number of times that category appears as the value of a categorical variable. Okay, so this is rather abstract. We're going to unpack this very soon. A little more vocabulary first. A class. Okay. A class is a subset of a partition of the population of a random variable. Okay. We can use the partition of a population into classes to define a categorical random variable and vice versa. Okay, let me, again, a good solid example will take care of all of this. Okay, so I'm thinking about what happens when we give a test. Okay, when we give a test, we score it, and we get a percentage, the percentage of points that you got right. We can partition this interval from 0 to 100, okay, into sets 0 to 60, okay, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Notice that each of these sets, okay, in the partition, okay, and let me erase those so I can be clear. We'll say, let's let the blue sets be the sets of the partition here, and these are the sets of the partition. They're disjoint from each other, but when you union them together, they come into the full set itself right here. Okay. Now, we can define a categorical random variable from the set 0 to 100 to the set A, B, C, D, F as follows. If we have X will go to A, if X is in that top element of the partition, X will go to B if X is in the second element of the partition, and we go down, X goes to C, D, and F, again, if the grades are in the appropriate intervals. Okay. So given this, if I have my random variable is the score that a student of a student on the exam, and I do it as typically practice. I can define a categorical random variable by just taking the score to whatever grade the student has earned. Okay, so this is my categorical random variable. My A, B, C, D, and F are my categories, and I can create my frequency table for these categories just by counting the number of grades. So in A, let's see here, let me do this right. And for A, I have 1, 2, 3 A's. All right. For B, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 B's. For C's, I have 1, 2, 3 C's. For D, I have 1, 2, and F's, I've got 1, 2. Okay. And so this is my frequency table. Okay, now I can associate with that frequency table something called a histogram. A histogram is a bar graph. A bar graph, I assume that you already know what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory, even if you've gotten to this point in your life without knowing what a bar graph is. It's a graph that is composed of bars. A histogram is special in that these bars, go backwards here, that these bars are arranged in numerical order. So from decreasing, the smallest to the largest, okay? And so that as we go along, we see how our data it changes in value as we increase in the value of our population. Okay, and so I promised you that it would be short.